Solitude. -21. My day was busier than I had expected. Work kept piling up that I didn't even have time to go to the orphanage, but I did call the nun to let her know that I would pass through the following day when I was a bit free. I only leave the office after 6 p.m. I am tired as hell, and to think that I have a meeting with the board the following morning just drains me. August is waiting by the car park when I get there. He had left much earlier than me. I think he was working in the field. "You look exhausted," he says. "I am drained," I tell him, removing my shoes. He looks at me amused. "You are really taking off your shoes?" "Why am I suffering again?" I ask, and he laughs. "This is the last day that I am going to be your chauffeur." But I was enjoying it, I say, making a face as we leave the office premises. "How was work?" "It was busy. I am really getting a hang of everything, and honestly I should thank you." He smiles without looking at me. "And how was work?" "I didn't see much of you in the office today." "Was running around for something." "Something." "Nothing important." "Try me." He sighs heavily. "Well, the thing is that today was my parents' memorial. And I have never gone to their burial site since putting the headstones years back, but now I felt the need to do so. I think being around you and making all these discoveries has made me a little more appreciative of the kind of people that my parents were." He adds. I hold his hand and rub against it. "Not everyone is bad, August. Don't let one bad seed make you have a different view of the world." He smiles, but his eyes are still fixed on the road. "I couldn't manage to talk to the nun at the orphanage. I am thinking of doing it tomorrow." "But don't you have meetings tomorrow?" "I do, but this is something that I really have to do," I say. "Don't worry, everything will work out just fine at the end of the day." "What makes you so sure?" "I just know," he says. The rest of the journey is silent. I am lost in my own world, and August seems to have things on his mind. We get home and I go to take a shower whilst he packs up his things. I am okay, and I don't see the reason that he still has to be here. I am ready to go, Nella. "I couldn't thank you enough for everything, August. Honestly, you have been a lifesaver," I say. "Come here," he tells me, opening his arms. I smile. I am going to miss having him around, but honestly, I am just grateful that he was here. "Drive safely, and do tell me when you are home." "I will," he says with a smile. I wait for him to drive out before I lock up. I am standing on the balcony sipping on some red wine. Who the hell does Nella think she is, talking to me in such a manner? What manner of insolence is that? Now more than ever I just want to put her where she belongs, the grave. I feel his hands on my skin. I am not in the mood, I snap. He looks at me mischievously. "Come on, baby, we could go another round." I look at him from head to toe. "Please dress up. August might be here any time soon." "So, you are using me?" he asks. "Don't you act hurt. You know that the rules were never to get attached." "I was there for you. I understand you better than anyone else does. Why do you have to stick with him?" "You really want an answer?" I ask, and he looks at me, a hint of hurt in his eyes, but he is the least of my worries. He knew the deal from the word go. He was never to fall in love with me. He wasn't even allowed to have any feelings whatsoever, but now here he is. I think it's high time August knows the truth. I want to laugh, but I also don't want to sound hysterical. "What exactly do you want to tell him?" "Chanda, I love you. I know you know that I do, and I am capable of loving you better than August can." I sip on my wine looking at him uninterested. He sighs deeply. I guess I should leave. And that took you forever to decide? I ask rudely, turning around. I am still in my lingerie, the gown laying on the tiles. As disgusting as this may be, he knows my body way better than August is. I seen Tom find him attractive, how he worships my body and knows which angle to touch, and for this I am not willing to let him go. When will I see you? I always see you. You know that is not what I mean, he says. Just leave. I stand there staring at his bare chest. He walks over to where I am. I don't want to look into his eyes, so I turn to give him my back, but he unfastens my bra. The cold chill hits my breasts, making my nipples erect. Tell me I don't satisfy you and I will never bother you again, he says, fondling with them. You need to leave, I beg, but obviously wanting more. He runs his hands beneath and reaches for my underwear, parting the lace to the side. Ah, I moan softly when his finger enters me. Tell me you don't want me, that you don't feel this, and I will never bother you again. By this time, I am lost in passion and I can't find my voice. I part my legs and he goes on his knees. I position myself on his face and allow him to eat me. We are both so engrossed in the act that we don't hear the doors open and close until August clears his throat. Good evening, he says. Baby, I say, moving away, Shane sweeping me over. I just came to pick some clothes, going back to Nella's, he says, walking away. Your friend and author, Winnie. Hibiscus.